Good day everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to a new review. For today's video I have something different, something that I never brought onto the channel before. Today I have a robotic vacuum cleaner. So yes, this is the best gadget that I got in years. My house is finally clean. This particular one, it's called the iLife X5 and it costs around $120, so very cheap for what it does. This could potentially be a good Christmas present or a birthday present because it is an awesome thing and pretty much anyone can use it. So first of all, it comes in this big box right here. The box looks more like a box that you'd find on a laptop. A lot of Chinese writing onto the box though, so that's to be expected because it is a Chinese brand. Okay, so inside the box we're gonna get the vacuum. Obviously it's wrapped in plastic. Aside from the vacuum we're gonna find two manuals. One of the manuals it's in Chinese and the other one it's in English. So obviously you're gonna use the one that it's in your language. Aside from that, we're gonna find a couple of brushes. So even though the vacuum comes with a couple of brushes at the bottom already installed, we do get two replacement ones. We get the charger or the base. So basically a power adapter plugs into this base. This base sits somewhere onto the floor and the vacuum will go and charge itself whenever it's low on battery or whenever you send it home, basically, because that becomes its home. Aside from that, we are gonna get one of these things. So you're probably wondering what's this black thing. So this is so you can stop the vacuum from cleaning different areas of the house. So for example, you wanna leave it in the kitchen, just an example. You're gonna put this at the door, so or the entrance of the kitchen, and then the vacuum is just gonna sit in that area and it's just gonna clean that area. So basically this is so you can stop the vacuum from going wherever you are or wherever the pets are or so on. We also get two sets of batteries, so we're gonna get two AAA batteries that go into remote control because the vacuum comes with a remote control, and two AA batteries because this one takes two AA batteries. So the remote control is very easy to use. You have a few buttons there. You have a home button, you have a clean button. So if the vacuum is just sitting at home, basically at the base, you just press clean and it starts automatically to clean whatever around the house or so. So very easy to use. You do have a couple of arrows there. So let's say you spill something on the floor and the vacuum it's cleaning around you and you don't want to wait till he actually comes to clean that. You can move the vacuum like left, right, and it's gonna follow whatever you send onto the remote. Now the remote has to be pointed at the vacuum, otherwise it's not gonna work. And aside from that, we have three other buttons. One of the buttons, it's a timer. The second button next to that, it says max. So whenever you press max, the vacuum's suction is higher. Of course, that's gonna waste more batteries, but I was able to get about an hour and 20 minutes on max. So I guess it lasts for a long time because it can clean my house 3 times in that time. So it's fairly efficient. And aside from that, we have another button that you can switch the vacuum from automatic to like edge cleaning or like spot cleaning or anything like that. So it depends what you want to do with it. And lastly, we are going to get a water container. So this would replace the container for the garbage inside the vacuum, and this can have the vacuum mop. So whenever you put this in with water, the vacuum will mop. I only tried it in the kitchen. It does leave the floor a bit wet, not overly wet, but I didn't actually let it do that on my hardwood floors just because you know how water is with the hardwood floors. So in the kitchen or any ceramic floor will be fairly clean. It's not going to be the cleanest in the world, and that pad at the bottom of the vacuum will get very dirty. Well, obviously depending how clean your house is or not, but in my case it did get fairly dirty and I had to actually wash it after that. Now the vacuum itself. So the vacuum itself looks really cool. I do love whenever it runs around in the house cleaning and I don't have to do anything. I just have to empty the garbage inside. So on top we have a little door. First of all, to open this door you're gonna push this button here. So very easy to do. You basically push the door and the door opens. And down there you're gonna find where the garbage is collected. The filter, it's also sitting there, so whenever you're gonna change the filter and clean the garbage from this container, yeah, clean the filter as well because it will get full. In my case, the first 2 times when it went around the house, this got really full, but after that it seems to be much less dust, obviously, because if you don't really clean for a while before, you're gonna have a lot of dust at the beginning. But yeah, this is what this is, and this is where that blue water container would go if you need to use the mopping feature of this vacuum. We also have a little display here, and 4 buttons. The display will just show you if the battery is low, whenever it's charging, if it's on auto mode, if it's on edge cleaning mode. So basically it's gonna clean the edges of the house. There is a mode and it just goes around the edges of the house everywhere. So I'm gonna show you a clip how the edge cleaning is done. On the front of the vacuum here, so this part here, it's made out of rubber. We do have what seems to be like sensors inside here. Objects like chairs, for example, the vacuum is not gonna see them, and it's gonna kind of bump into them. It doesn't bump into them that hard, but it will bump into them because I don't think it can actually see those legs, like the chair's legs. But we do have some movement in here, so whenever this pushes against something, it will stop. So I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera, but this here actually pushes. So whenever the vacuum pushes onto this, it stops and it like turns around and moves in a different direction. If it's a wall or something like that, the sensors will stop before it actually hits the wall. And you're probably wondering what happens if the vacuum gets to like the edge of the stairs. Well, I was a bit concerned, I have to say, but yes, it will stop whenever it gets to the edge, like right onto the stairs there. So it feels like it's gonna fall every single time because it goes this much over the stairs, but it does stop, and then it moves around and it cleans and it doesn't seem to fall. And I did leave it by itself for a while there and nothing happened. Now at the bottom of the vacuum, so we do have 3 more sensors at the bottom of the vacuum. I believe these are the ones that actually stop the vacuum from falling from the stairs. So these 3 little sensors. We have a wheel that rotates left, right. We have the suction cup, the 2 brushes here, and those 2 brushes will get filled and wrapped around with hair. So if somebody in your house has a lot of hair, those will have a lot of hair. And I do recommend cleaning that hair every time you clean the vacuum, because otherwise this will get stuck. So you don't want that. Aside from that, we have 2 little wheels here. So basically these are the wheels that move the vacuum around. So whenever the vacuum moves, one of these wheels will move it. And aside from that, we have where that blue cleaning pad goes. So I do like using the vacuum on the max setting there, because the suction is higher, it cleans better, and I don't really mind the battery loss, because within 25-30 minutes it pretty much finishes my entire house. Now, if you do have carpets, I don't think this is the best vacuum for carpets. It will clean some stuff on the top, but it's realistically not gonna clean your carpets that well. But if you have like hardwood floors, as you're probably gonna see in my house throughout this video, it does clean very good. If you have like a little carpet here and there, there is no problem either. But over carpet, it has to pass 2 or 3 times so it can actually clean it properly. There are a couple of instances when the vacuum got stuck. So how my couch is, it's slightly higher than the vacuum, but not really. So the vacuum kind of falls in an angle there, and then it can't really get out. So there are a couple of places inside the house that I noticed. So it goes underneath the bathroom sink, and then it gets stuck somewhere in there, and it can't get out. But you're gonna get to know where these places are, and I guess you can be around it whenever it's cleaning that particular area. But for most of the time, it does go by itself. It turns around every now and then, and there are no issues. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. when it's low on battery, it's also gonna go and charge itself. So it's just gonna go to the base or home, whatever you wanna call it. And yes, it does go very, very slow whenever it's going to get charged. You can also press that home button on the remote control and it will go and get charged. So it's very, very easy to do, and you don't really have to do anything. You can basically set it whenever you leave home in the morning, and the house is gonna be fairly clean when you come back. I mean, it's not gonna do dishes or anything like that, but the floors will look much, much better. I'm gonna show you a couple of clips when it goes in between chairs, under the table and so on. So there are a lot of legs there, like the chair's legs, and it does seem to do a very, very good job. It spins around, it hits this one, it goes back, it moves left, it moves right. So it does do a really, really good job in between chairs. I do like that edge cleaning. So basically the vacuum goes all around the edges of the house. So if you find any edges, you just press that edge button. He does it by itself on auto mode every now and then. But if you're just keen on to edges today, you just press that button on the remote control, and all of a sudden it goes into this edge cleaning mode, and it just goes around the edges of the house. But overall, I'm very, very happy with this vacuum. It's my best new awesome toy. Like, I don't think there is anything as cool. I did see those robotic vacuums like 3-4 years ago whenever they first starting showing up, but back then they were like $800, $900 for a vacuum, which is just ridiculous. But something like this for $120, it's really, really good. And just in case you're wondering, I did get this with free shipping, the free shipping from China. So it came in about, I don't know, 15-16 days. But there are no custom fees, no fees whatsoever. So I do suggest getting that option. You wait a bit longer, but as it was in my case, I don't have to pay any fees or anything. Alright guys, if you do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Like this video, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.